Sports Channel presents Phillies baseball. Tonight, live from Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, the Phillies take on the Cincinnati Reds. Good evening, everyone. I'm Andy Musser along with Kent DeColby. And finally, after 31 consecutive starts behind the plate, Darren Daulton is getting a night off, and he's not the only one.
He's not the only one. John Kruk also getting the night off, and two guys that don't get a whole lot of time in the starting lineup, Ricky Jordan and Todd Pratt, getting the starts tonight. So Jim Fregosi getting them a couple at bats and getting the two big guys a little rest before the day off tomorrow.
We hope Todd Pratt will be able to come through. He's got a good bat. He had a stint on the DL because of a bad ankle, and he really hasn't had many plate appearances so far this year. John Smiley for the Reds, Ben Rivera for the Phillies. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineups in just a moment.
To soar with eagles, be the best. To win the industry's highest awards for quality, commit to excellence. Provide superior quality products and have the strength to offer them at more than 12,500 locations nationwide. More than any other major brand. Discover for yourself the difference quality can make. Fly with the new Superpower.
My teeth are sensitive. They hurt.
That's a warning. That's why dentists choose Sensodyne to help stop the pain that can make you stop brushing, could lead even to tooth loss.
I got the warning, then I got Sensodyne.
Trust Sensodyne, the dentist's choice for sensitive teeth.
Phillies baseball on Sports Channel is brought to you by Budweiser, fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. By your local Sherwin-Williams paint stores. The pros know, ask Sherwin-Williams, a participating sponsor of Major League Baseball. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages, no other book can match it, a Bell Atlantic company. By Texaco System 3 gasolines, in every grade, System 3 helps make a difference in your car's performance. By Coca-Cola, it's always Coca-Cola. By Cento Fine Italian Foods, the company that says trust your family with our family. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield, carry us for life. Now let's listen to our national anthem. Here's the Sherwin-Williams starting lineup for the Phillies. Lenny Dykstra leads off. Mariano Duncan bats second. Ricky Jordan is next. Then Dave Hollins. Pete Incaviglia bats 5. Wes Chamberlain 6. Then comes Todd Pratt, Kim Batiste, and pitcher Ben Rivera. We'll be back here with the start of our ball game in just a moment.
Any professional painter will tell you that if you want results like these, you gotta know the tricks of the trade. You gotta ask Sherwin-Williams. Now, these are guys you can trust. They've got good paint, good price, good advice. Guaranteed. Want to know something? I didn't paint this house. The guy that lives there did. Hey, fella, nice job. This guy knows what the pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
Bert sells balloons. Bob sells balloons. Bert sells wacky gifts. Bob sells wacky gifts. Bert delivers. Bob delivers. So if Bob's got everything Bert's got, why Bert busy and Bob not? Now, do you suppose Bert's got a big color ad in the book 9 out of 10 people use? The genuine Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company.
Upper Deck asked a few average card collectors whose cards they collect.
I collect Steve Young.
I collect endorsements.
I collect back doctors and surgeons.
Rings. I collect fines.
I just collect fishing lures. The musky dingbat.
Dingbat.
I have a 56 powder blue Chevy. Powder blue? A Ferrari. I collect Reggie. Rolls Royce.
Reggie.
Really?
Not.
Yeah. The smooth. Original interior, original carpet, drives like a dream.
Did you know Texaco puts System 3 in every grade of gasoline? System 3 gets high marks in every grade, which is a lot better than I ever did.
My dad says Texaco puts System 3 in every grade. I'm in the 4th grade.
Of course. That's why I always fill up with System 3. What do I look like? Don't say it.
Visit your Texaco station.
I can get the tires rotated, the car lubed, and still get home in time for the game.
Mow the lawn.
For unbeatable System 3 gasolines and so much more.
Mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn.
John Smiley draws the defense or the starting assignment this afternoon or this evening for Davy Johnson, Cincinnati Reds, a 6'4", 250-pound left-hander with a 2-6 record and a 5.18 ERA on the season.
And coming off a terrific game, he beat New York Friday night. It was a 10-inning game, and he went 9 innings, giving up only 2 runs on 6 hits. Lenny Dykstra batting .269, 3 homers, 10 runs batted in. 56 degrees here tonight at game time. It is definitely a bit on the chilly side, no doubt about that. And they are dressed for it here at Cincinnati. At least the fans are. Maybe the players aren't. Lenny in short sleeve shirts, as are several of the players, and the home plate umpire, who is Mark Barron. Smiley misses a bit. Smiley with 6 defeats is second high in the league in defeats, and he also has a high earned run average, 5.18. Smiley, an area product, born in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, graduated from Perkiomen Valley High School. High fly ball to right center. The right fielder Sanders moving in the position, and Sanders takes it for the out. Dykstra retired, 1 down.
Defensively for the Reds this evening, Jeff Branson plays first base, Bip Roberts at second, Barry Larkin at short, and the newcomer Willie Green at third base. Kevin Mitchell in left field with Bobby Kelly in center, Reggie Sanders in right. Joe Oliver does the catching, as we already mentioned. John Smiley on the mound for the Reds this evening.
Stepping in the box, Mariano Duncan for the Phillies. He's playing at second base tonight. Mariano batting at .228, 4 homers and 19 runs batted in. Mariano batting in the second spot. Normally over his career he's been a great hitter off left-handed pitching. Not so this year. In fact, this year he is hitting for a higher average off right-handers, .241 against right-handers and only .212 off left-handers. Somewhere along the line, Teak, some left-handers are going to pay for that.
They're going to pay because history says that Mariano is going to hit and hit well off of left-handers. That's why the season's 162 games. It all evens out in the end.
Mariano foul tipped that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Mariano brings an 8-game hitting streak into the contest, but basically they've been 1-hit games. He's batting .278 during the streak. Former member of the Cincinnati Reds. Smiley up high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smiley, 28 years of age. May of 1990, he fractured his left hand when he had a car door slammed on it, and he was out until July 1st that year. Over top the mound, charged by Larkin, and he drops the ball. Duncan safe at first. It slipped away from Larkin as he was about to throw it. Should be a base hit for Duncan. So a 9-game hitting streak for Dunk.
Dunk just beats the ball in the ground up over Smiley's head. Larkin has to come actually on the first base side of the second base bag to get to this ball. Is in position to make the play, has time, but just not able to get the ball out of his glove and get a firm grip on it to make that throw to first base. So Duncan gets the base hit. Phillies in business.
And here's Ricky Jordan batting at .313. Ricky with a rare start tonight. He's done a good job when he's been in the starting lineup. In fact, he has hits in 21 of the last 23 games he has started. That obviously dates back to last year. This year, Jordan with 6 hits and 18 at-bats when he's in the starting lineup. Phillies resting a couple of important regulars tonight. When you take the bats of John Kruk and Darren Dalton out there in the same night, it is important, and that's certainly one of the reasons why Dave Hollins is still in the lineup, to give support in the middle. There's Darren and Krucker. Hit into the air to center field. It fooled Kelly a little bit. Sounded better than it was. Kelly started back but came in and recovered to catch it. Duncan stays at first. There are 2 outs, and here is Dave Hollins. Hollins batting at .299. He scored runs in 9 of the last 10 ball games for the Phillies. He has scored 39 runs for the year. That's 5th best in the league. His RBI total of 43 is the league's 3rd best. Smiley faced the Phillies April 12th at Veterans Stadium. He got a no decision. The Phillies won that game 5-4. And in that game, Hollins went 1 for 3 off it. Strike. This, the rubber game of this 3-game series. The Phillies were losers here on Monday, came back to win last night. And that loss on Monday is the only one suffered by the Phillies on this 6-game road trip, tonight being game 6. Nice stop by Oliver. Be a great trip if they go 5-1, wouldn't it?
Oh, it'd be wonderful. You have to be careful over at first base with John Smiley on the mound. Last year he picked off 10 runners over there. He's got a good move to first base. Normally you think of the big left-handers with that big long move as being easy to run on, but Smiley has compacted that move a little bit over the last couple of years and is very deceptive in that move to first base. That was just the show me move there, but he's got one even better than that he will break out when he feels that the Philly runners will be having the opportunity to run.
John's been doing a good job with the stick too. He had an RBI single in that game against the Mets. He's going to have to be careful with that first baseman. Branson's playing first tonight. The first time he's been at first base since high school. At Southern Choctaw High in Silas, Alabama was the last time he played first base.
Probably safe to say that that first baseman that he's using belongs to somebody else.
I would imagine. Either that or it's very old. Huh? Pop up, and there may be a play. Branson's coming over near the dugout, and the first sacker gets a chance, and he ends the inning. For the Phillies, no runs, 1 hit, they leave 1 at the end of a half inning. Phillies nothing, and the Reds coming up.
It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning, and you always come through, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud, Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
This is $20,000. This is also $20,000. You'd take care of this, wouldn't you? You should take care of your car just as carefully. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, the only place with the experience of servicing 68 million cars. Considering that your car is worth thousands of dollars, experience counts.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
Matchlight charcoal has just the right amount of lighter fluid already added. That's why there's only one match from Matchlight. Matchlight from Kingsford.
The Sherwin-Williams starting lineup for Cincinnati. Pip Roberts leads off, followed by Jeff Branson, then Barry Larkin. Kevin Mitchell bats cleanup. Bobby Kelly, Reggie Sanders, Willie Green, Joe Oliver, and the pitcher John Smiley.
Defensively for the Phillies this evening, Ricky Jordan is at first base. Mariano Duncan at second. Kim Baptiste at short, and Dave Hollins at third. Pete Incaviglia plays left with Lenny Dykstra in center and Wes Chamberlain in right. Todd Pratt spells Darren Dalton behind the plate this evening, and on the mound, 24-year-old right-hander Ben Rivera.
He's coming off a victory at Colorado, Teak.
Yeah, it was one of those crazy ball games. He was involved in that 15-9 ball game out in Colorado, the first game of the series in Mile High Stadium, and everybody was thinking, boy, all these games are going to be crazy, but Mulholland and Tommy Green were able to settle things down. In that ball game, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, 5 of which were earned, 9 hits, walked 4, and struck out only 2.
Big Ben should be rounding into shape right about now. As you know, he was ridden with the flu in spring training this year, and it really sapped his energy, and he's just now getting to the point where he can work innings. Bip Roberts leads it off for Cincinnati. He's picked up the pace. He batted only 169 in April, but finished May with a 305 batting average for the month. 235 for the year. Has not hurt the Phillies this year, just 1 for 12 off Bill's pitching. Fouled away, takes the full cut, even though Hollins is in protecting against a possible bunt. Last year, Roberts shuffled back and forth between second base and left field. This year, they've decided he's an infielder.
Well, it has something to do with Kevin Mitchell coming to town,
I guess. Although Kevin has missed quite a few ball games, they've had trouble keeping him in the lineup. 2 balls and a strike on Roberts, who is a switch hitter. 3-1. Roberts among the league leaders in steals, so it certainly behooves Ben not to walk him to start the ball game. And he swings at a pitch and grounds to second base. Duncan makes the play. Roberts is out, 1 down. Mariano at second tonight. He's played both second and short in this series. Stepping in, Jeff Branson tonight, the first baseman. He's been a good hitter in this series. 5 for 9 and hitting at .417 for the year. Basically, he got his chance in the lineup because Chris Sabo was placed on the DL because of a bad disc in his back. Sabo's going to be out between 2 and 3 weeks. But tonight, speaking of back injuries, Randy Milligan is out with a tight back. So that's why Branson's at first and Green's at third.
Milligan injured that back last night in the collision at home plate with Darren Dalton. Looked like he had an opportunity to slide around Dalton and score the run. Instead elected to try to run over Dutch and got hung up in Dutch's leg and spun himself around and twisted his back pretty good. There's the Dutchman.
Just getting over his shiner.
He doesn't know what to do sitting on the bench. He and Crocker over there. What do we do over here?
His job tonight is to keep Kruk content. You know how
could have his hands full doing that too.
That's right.
John's going to last about 3 innings like that, and then he's going to start getting crazy. He'll run out of sunflower seeds. He'll run out of things to do, and then he's going to start bothering Dalton, Fergosi, and anybody else that's around him.
Branson on a ground ball hit to Jordan. Ricky makes the play, and there are 2 outs. A confidence booster for Ben Rivera to get the first 2 hitters as easily as he has. Ben sometimes, like most pitchers, struggles in the first inning, and particularly with his control. He does not have a good walk-strikeout ratio. 30 walks and 23 strikeouts. One of the league's top hitters, Barry Larkin, batting at .320. Tied for his team lead in hits with 63. He and Bobby Kelly each with that number strike. Larkin's 7-game hitting streak came to an end last night, but over the last 8 games, he's batted .406. Foul back. Larkin 1 for 3 off Rivera this year, 3 for 8 lifetime. On April 14th, Rivera beat Tom Browning and the Reds 9-2 at Veterans Stadium. Did not give up an earned run in that ball game. Went 6 innings and surrendered just 4 hits and struck out 7, his season's best. And he strikes out Larkin right here to end the first. Down go the Reds, and at the end of 1 inning tonight, it's 0-0.
May I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
You sure you want a Coke?
Yeah, I want a Coke.
Okay, pal.
Why did you order a Coke?
It tastes good.
Didn't care if it was a Coke. You just
I'll just have a cola.
I'll just have a cola.
I'll just have a cola.
Need a drink, sir?
I'll just have a...
You'll just have a...
I'll just have a Coke.
Ooh.
Hear that, guys? A Coca-Cola. See ya, pal. Oh.
Mike's the first guy that ever explained life insurance in a way that we could understand it.
Making things clear is the part of my job I like best.
He showed us all of the options that Nationwide has and even helped us choose.
It's training. Seminars and updates. It just never stops at Nationwide.
With life insurance, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And we know Mike.
Agents like Mike are Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
Make a note to make history when the Colorado Rockies come to town for the first time. Friday, June 4th, Saturday, June 5th, and get a big beach towel free 1:35 Sunday afternoon, June 6th. Then it's the Astros, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. Order your tickets in advance. Call 463-1000.
This Sunday, the Rockies are at Veterans Stadium, and we're going to have Beach Towel Day, an oversized, colorful beach towel featuring the Fanatic, free for all children 14 and under, compliments of Mellon PSFS. Make sure you make your plans to come out. Order your tickets easily by phone. Call 463-1000 or stop by the Center City ticket office at Mellon PSFS at Broad and Chestnut Street. Pete Incaviglia leads it off for the Phillies in this scoreless game. Pete at 281. High fly, center field, but room for Kelly. One pitch, and Incaviglia is down here as we start the second inning.
John Smiley, a three-pitch pitcher. He throws a fastball in the low 90s, a curveball, but his real out pitch is his changeup. He's got just one of the best changeups in Major League Baseball, and when he can get ahead with that fastball and get the hitters to start swinging that changeup, he is very tough.
In steps Wes Chamberlain, batting .258. Wes with 6 homers, 5 of which have been hit on the road, 18 runs batted in. Teak, I was talking with Davey Johnson before the game, and he said he wants Smiley to become more aggressive as a pitcher, and he's talked with him about that, and apparently it looks as though he's doing that. Smiley's got maybe better stuff than he realizes.
Well, a lot of times guys get out on the mound and they don't trust their stuff, and they'll start nibbling early in the count. Davey Johnson wants Smiley to get out in front and challenge the hitters. If you're going to have to concede something, do it on the first pitch when the hitter doesn't know it's coming, rather than when you're in a 2-0 or 3-1 count where the hitter knows that you have to come into the fat part of the strike zone.
Smiley signed a big free agent contract with the Reds this year. Davey Johnson just took over here a week or so ago. The Reds have won 5 and lost 3 since he replaced the doggy, Tony Perez. That was certainly not a popular move among the fans here in Cincinnati, or for that matter with anybody in baseball. The Reds received universal ripping for that move. Everybody feeling that Perez did not get an honest shot. 44 games was all he managed. 2-2 on Wes.
I think about the only person that was happy about that move at all was Davey Johnson himself. He got back into the big leagues and got a managerial job, but other than him, not too many pluses.
Wes has not played in this series so far, as the Reds have used 2 right-handers prior to tonight, and the Phillies have been doing a little platooning in the outfield. Chamberlain has a great record off Smiley. He's 2 for 2 this year and 6 for 12 lifetime, including a pair of home runs.
And if there's a chink in John Smiley's armor, and he hasn't been off to the great start this year, but even when he's on, he is vulnerable to the long ball, especially the right-handed hitters. He gave up 17 home runs last year, 16 of them hit by right-handers.
Bouncing ball to third base. Willie Green makes the play. Looks like he's got a strong arm. He certainly rifled that one across. Chamberlain is out, and there are 2 down. Willie Green just brought up from the minors yesterday and a one-time #1 of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Here we see Green, a natural shortstop, playing third base. Stays back, gets himself in good position to make the throw to first base. On choppers like that, you have a tendency to rush, but Green did a nice job of just waiting for the ball and getting himself into position before he fielded it, so that his feet were set and ready to throw when the ball did come to him.
The batter is Pratt. Todd hitting only .167, 2 hits in 12 at-bats. Pratt was on the disabled list from April 28th until May 26th, nearly a month, with a sprained right ankle, which he hurt while swinging a bat, of all things, at home plate. He kind of corkscrewed right in the batter's box and hurt his ankle. Talk about freak injuries. So again, that's the reason that Darren Daulton, who had caught 31 straight as a starter, gets the night off. Pratt did not swing, says John McSherry, the big, and I do mean big, first base umpire. Chased a high one, pops up, but it's foul and out of reach for Oliver. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Todd Pratt. Smiley has given up a scratch single so far, and that is it. The Reds have not supported him a whole lot in his losses. They've scored only 11 runs in the 6 games he has lost. 2-2. Jim Eisenreich's been a big hero in this series. He had the game-winning hit last night. Broken bat struck him out, but the bat was broken, and the barrel winds up at third base. I never saw that on a strikeout before. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. And down go the Phillies. We move to the bottom of the second in a scoreless ball game.
We need to talk. You see, you and I have something in common.
Batman returns.
Batman. To destroy Batman, we must first turn him into what he hates the most. Namely, us.
Batman returns.
Trouble with heartburn? Well, you could change your job. Change your lifestyle. Change your diet.
Bon appetit.
Or better still, reach for Rolaids. It absorbs acid fast to bring 100% relief to millions. So maybe you can't change your life, but you can get relief in original and calcium rich. Rolaids spells relief.
It's the 10th reunion of the 1983 National League champion Phillies. They'll come back to play a team of Major League All-Stars from that same year. See Mike Schmidt, Tug McGraw, Gary Matthews, and Gary Maddox, plus many more. The Heroes of Baseball game will begin at 6 o'clock and is compliments of Upper Deck. So make plans now to come out. Order your tickets at the Vet Ticket Office, call Ticketmaster locations, or easily by phone. Just call 463-1000.
Well, going back to the top half of the inning when Todd Pratt struck out, and look at the way they're dressed here tonight. It is chilly here at Riverfront. Pratt threw the whole bat down toward third base. He just let it fly on that when he didn't break his bat, but the bat went flying to third as he struck out. Now the hitter will be Kevin Mitchell. He's hitting at .338, 6 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Major League Baseball announced today it's going to institute a ban on all tobacco products throughout the National Association of Professional Baseball. That's the minor leagues, from the Rookie League to AAA. The new program goes into effect June 15th, and it will apply to more than 6,000 baseball personnel, including players, managers, coaches, and other uniformed personnel and umpires. It doesn't say anything about broadcasters, Teak, so feel free to light up. Mitchell has had various injuries. He's basically playing on a broken foot right now, something he's going to try to play through. And he's had some other problems as well, which has kept him out of the lineup. Rivera misses with a breaking ball, 1-1. But when he's in there, he's done some major damage. He had a big hit here last night, a 2-run double to tie the ball game. Breaking ball for a strike. Good to see Rivera get his breaking pitch over.
Yeah, and that's a key pitch against Mitchell. The Phillies have been very successful the first 2 games of this series, keeping Mitchell from hitting the ball in the air to left field. That's where his power is at. He's a dead pull hitter, likes to get the ball to left field and get it in the air. So the Phillies, except for the 1 double he hit it last night off of Danny Jackson, have kept the ball on the ground and kept Mitchell off of pulling the ball and made him hit the ball the other way or hit the ball on the ground to the infielders.
2-2. Mitchell back after a year in the American League. He played for Seattle last year. Just off the corner. 3-2. Ben Rivera facing Mitchell for the first time. Mitchell did not play in the series in April at Veterans Stadium.
Big Ben working with the breaking ball and the fastball away. Mitchell likes the ball on the inside part of the plate.
Ground ball sharply hit, but to Hollins. Dave has the play over to Jordan and out. Mitchell retired for the first out of the inning. And now Bobby, don't call me Roberto Kelly. Coming up He asked for the name change, and he's been a hot hitter since that time, which was April 17th. Kelly at 304 for the year, tied with Larkin for his club lead in hits. They each have 63. First year in the NL after being with the Yankees. Well, Ben's come back with his control tonight. We talked about his poor walk strikeout ratio, but so far tonight, keep your fingers crossed, but it's looking good. Bobby batting .325 since asking to be called by the moniker Bobby.
You mentioned Big Ben and his control. His biggest problem this year, besides the flu that sapped his strength, has also been the fact that he's been in and out of the rotation. He's the guy that keeps getting skipped on the off days. So, you know, when a guy that's that big tries to get into a rhythm of what he's doing out there and has to skip a start or gets backed up 3 or 4 days, it's very difficult for him. On the days when he started with his normal 4 days rest, he has a 150 earned run average. So, you know, that is the key for Rivera, just to be able to get into that rhythm, get that big body in sync, and be able to control what that ball's doing. This tonight being the 4th time this season that he has started on the regular 4-day rest. So hopefully that trend will continue.
Right. The last 2 times Jim Fregosi has decided just to put the whole staff back a day. He's going to do it again this time. The team is off tomorrow, and Jim will just pick up with the regular rotation when Mulholland pitches on Friday night against Colorado. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Kelly fans off a full count. Rivera's second strikeout.
Big Ben with a nice fastball down and away to Kelly. And he's just completely stretched out, trying to just get his bat to the outside part of the plate. See Danny Jackson, who pitched a nice ball game last night, did not get a decision, left with the score 3-3, but kept his ball club in the game the whole way.
Sanders at the plate. Reggie is the Reds home run leader with 8, batting at .282. He's driven in 24 runs. Tough out for the Phillies. .389 he's batting off Phillies pitching. Very high pop up. It'll be out of play. At this moment, the Phillies have a 7.5 game lead in the NL East because Houston knocked off the Expos today. Todd Pratt, his 3rd start. Sanders was tempted. He held off, though. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Reggie is 0 for 2 facing Rivera this year. In his career in 6 at-bats, he has 1 hit. Right across.
Starting pitchers on a cool night like this can just kind of let it fly. Not going to really be sapped by the heat. So Ben should be strong as long as he can stay out there and keep throwing that ball over the plate.
In fact, if anything, we could use a little more heat here tonight. Breeze is blowing and it's 56 degrees officially, and it feels cooler than that. We could even measure the wind chill factor tonight, Deke. 3-2 pitch gets another strikeout off a full count. Big Ben has gone 6 up and 6 down at the end of 2, 0-0.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud, Budweiser. Proud to be your bud.
It's out there. Tonight's winning daily number is out there. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and play it. The Pennsylvania Lottery's daily number. Don't forget to play every day.
It's often taken for granted, yet it's as precious as the very air we breathe. It's called freedom. And it's what inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new Personal Choice, a health plan that offers people the low costs of an HMO without asking them to give up what they value most, their freedom. Personal Choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
Bring your camera and take up-close pictures of your favorite Phillies on Kodak Photo Night, Saturday, June 5th, before the Phillies play the all-new expansion team, the Colorado Rockies, at 7:05. Reserve your tickets in advance. Call 463-1000.
We go to the third inning here at Riverfront Stadium on a chilly night. It's 0-0. Kim Batiste leads it off for the Phillies against John Smiley. He cracks one to left field. He really hit that a ton. Oh, boy, a home run for Batiste, his second of the year. Phillies lead 1-0. Boy, that was a home run right off the bat, Teague.
Well, Kim jumped on a first pitch fastball by Smiley. Smiley, as we mentioned, Davey Johnson wanting to be more aggressive, comes right down the middle with a fastball, and Kim was just all over it. Drove that baby well out of here to left field.
His other home run coming at Mile High Stadium on the same road trip. Congratulations for Phillies shortstop Kim Batiste. Here's Ben Rivera fouling one back. Ben with 2 hits and 12 at-bats, hitting 167. Well, Chento just donated another $200 to the Philadelphia Child Guidance Clinic on the home run hit by Batiste. Fouled the other way by Ben, 0-2. Ben Rivera, by the way, has laid down 6 sacrifice bunts. That's the 4th highest total of sacrifices in the National League. He's done that very, very well. Oh, the Phillies have had a lead in every game in this series. In fact, the Phillies have had a lead in every game on the road trip. Rivera strikes out. That's number 1 for Smiley. Chento Italian Food Products again this year donating $200 for every Phillies home run to the Philadelphia Child Guidance Clinic. Nutritional information can be found on all Chento labels. Slugger Kim Batiste out of the lineup last night, coming back strong tonight. Dykstra 0 for 1, a fly ball to right field. Line drive and a hit to the gap. Can they cut it off? Mitchell does so, but Lenny's going to second anyway. It's a stand-up double for Dykstra. The Phillies lead the league in doubles. That's their 106th.
Lenny just hitting the ball the other way, hitting it sharply over Larkin's head. Goes out into left center field, and Lenny seeing that Mitchell was having to go hard to get to that ball, knew that the big guy was going to have a real problem trying to get stopped and get turned around to get the ball back in. So immediately he was thinking double right away. Here we see the ball lined into left field. Mitchell is extended, can't get himself under control. That big body hard to get stopped, so Lenny just moved alertly up to second base.
Oliver chest blocked that pitch in the dirt from Smiley, and so there's no advance by Dykstra. Mariano got a hit his first time up, an infield single on which Larkin could not quite make the play. And that was the only hit until this extra base explosion here, the homer by Batiste and the double by Dykstra. Up the middle, but Larkin is there. He fields. Duncan is out with Dykstra taking third. There are 2 outs. He is a smooth shortstop. Seen him make a lot of good plays in this series. So Dunk is retired, and it's up to Jordan to get the run in. Ricky 0 for 1 tonight. Fly ball to center field. Talked about Jordan's numbers off Smiley, or at least we should have. He's batting .385 off John, 5 for 13. This is the first time he has faced him this year tonight. Check swing roller past the mound, but there's the ever-present Larkin, and he gets it over to first in time for the out. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 man left on base. The Phillies lead 1-0.
It's kid as play. 50% of it is attitude and style. And play is kid.
You're gonna be Blade Brown. You gotta know where Blade Brown comes from. Thought you crawled out from under a rock.
And they're a class act.
Come on, man, that ain't half of what went down. How about giving a brother some credit? Yeah, you heard him. Give him some credit. Oh, very funny. Talk about bringing a brother down.
Tommy, you've won the World Championship. What's next?
We're all gonna go to Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom. Listen, Kurt, only Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom has the top seasonal water park in the country. No one else even comes close. And they have 3 world-class roller coasters and lots more. Take the day off, Kurt, and go to Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom.
Money-saving coupons available at participating Pizza Hut restaurants.
Phillies baseball on Sports Channel is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you friends know when to say when. By your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Get great deals on 5 of the 10 best-selling cars and trucks in America during the Great American Ford Sales Event at your Quality Plus Ford dealer. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now. Have your pizza in the 6th inning. Good idea, Teak. There's the phone right there. Give him a ring, will you? Phillies ahead 1-0 on the home run by Kim Batiste. And meantime, Ben Rivera has put 6 away in order.
You know, I think watching Big Ben, you know, after he came to the Phillies last year, we saw how, you know, he kind of struggled and muddled along for a while, and all of a sudden when he had to go to Scranton for the rehab, went down and pitched that 7-inning no-hitter. And I think at that point, you know, Ben realized, hey, I can pitch. I can get the job done. I think really what Ben needs right now is one of those ball games this year to get him going. You know, he's been all right. He's been in and out a couple of good ball games, and he's been in and out of the rotation. But, you know, if he gets that one good game under his belt, and the Phillies now to the point where there aren't going to be too many more off days, so he's going to be in his regular turn, could be the thing that kickstarts the season for Rivera.
This could be the night. Willie Green is batting now. Willie just called up when Sabo was placed on the DL. There's a whistling fastball. Green was not hitting much at Indianapolis, only 185. 7 homers, 19 RBIs. He had played 42 games with the Reds AAA farm team. A one-time #1 of the Pittsburgh Pirates. In '92, Willie was the Reds minor league player of the year, combining all stops last year, including a brief stay with the Reds in September. He hit 29 homers and knocked in 119. Curveball just a little low. Willie's still only 21 years of age. He began his pro career at age 17. That's a strike, and it's 2-2 on Willie Green. He is from Milledgeville, Georgia. Curveball hit in the air to center field. Dykstra's got room. Green is out, 7 in a row, retired by Ben Rivera.
What we've seen so far this evening from Big Ben is the ball has been down in the strike zone. Some of his previous starts, he's had trouble with his control, especially up in the strike zone. Tonight, he's been able to keep the ball down and has had real good luck with his Cincinnati Reds hitters.
Joe Oliver leads the club with 13 doubles, batting .236. Pretty good guy to have 29 runs batted in out of your #8 hitter, huh?
Some production from the bottom of the lineup.
Oliver batting .381 over his last 5 starts. He is one of those guys the Phillies have had trouble with. He has a lifetime .305 average against Phil's pitching. Smash to left field, fair or foul. Fair ball. Ground rule double as it bounces out. The first hit for the Reds. is Oliver's double to the left field corner.
I believe the Phillies get a break right here. Joe Oliver hit this ball pretty good, but I believe his bat broke. When he hit it, I thought it was way out of here. It was just a matter of being fair or foul, but he hit the ball out toward the end, tucks it inside the left field foul line right there, and then takes a good hard bounce off of the tartan surface out there. The rubberized track bounces over the wall, so had that bat not broke, that ball was probably going to be out of here. So the Phillies catch a break. Oliver with just a double, if you can say just a double.
And now the batter is John Smiley, 3 for 16, including 1 double this year. Had an RBI hit in his last start, and there's a base hit for him. Oliver's going to be held at third, though. The big lumbering catcher was chugging into third base, and Bobby Valentine decided to hold him. And I think that was a good decision. There's Smiley picking up a hit in his second straight game.
Oliver with not really good speed had to wait to make sure that ball was through the infield. Once the ball does get through, Lenny Dykstra able to charge it quickly and get it back into the infield. Ricky Jordan over in position to make the cutoff right behind the mound to hold Oliver at third base. So the Reds now with runners at first and third, and Leon Bip Roberts back to the plate.
Bip 0 for 1 tonight, allowed foul here, strike 1. So after Ben Rivera had retired 7 in a row, 2 consecutive batters reach. And they've got the corners covered with 1 out. Houston beat Montreal today 5-4, giving the Phillies a 7.5 game lead. Mets beat the Cubs today 11-3. Fly ball down the left field line and not that deep. Can anybody get there? Unfortunately, no. In the second inning tonight, the Giants lead Florida 2-1. Also in the second, San Diego 1, Atlanta 0. Later, LA at St. Louis and Pittsburgh at Colorado. Cardinals are coming in here next. In fact, they start a 4-game series here with the Reds tomorrow night. Nothing and 2 on Roberts. Got a piece of it. And got a piece of his foot, too. Phillies infield looking for a double play, and it's a little more likely after you foul one off your tootsies.
Yeah, Roberts difficult to double because of the speed. Hopefully that whack right there off the foot will slow him down a little bit if he hits that ground ball in the infield.
Here's a ball hit to center, not that deep. Lenny getting in position, and Oliver won't try it. Jordan cuts it off, and that's the second out. You know, Lenny Dykstra does not have the reputation of being a good thrower. Of course, Oliver doesn't have the reputation of being a good runner either, so they weren't challenging.
I think Oliver's less of a runner than Dykstra is less of a thrower, so the advantage to the Phillies on that situation.
Well put, Teak. That'll leave it up to Jeff Branson, who's been a hot hitter in the series. He is 5 for 10 in this series. Tonight 0 for 1, ground ball hit to Jordan. American League final today. Baltimore beat Oakland 5-2. Seattle over Milwaukee 6-3 today. In the 7th inning, Kansas City leads Boston 5-2. In the 4th inning, White Sox 6-0 over Detroit. Fly ball down the right field line, and a foul ball. Indians and Yankees scoreless in the second. Texas failed in the first, and Minnesota now batting. Branson, a pretty good looking hitter from what we've seen in this series, team.
Babe Branson.
May never see Chris Sabo again. Breaking ball for a strike. Rivera's gaining confidence in his breaker.
And when you can throw this breaking ball over the plate, especially when you're behind in the count, you can get the hitter off of that fastball. And now Ben really has the whole thing set up. He can go to either fastball or another breaking ball. Both pitches set up nicely.
Low, and it bounces away from Pratt, but no advance.
You always look for a situation as a pitcher where you have an option of what pitches to throw. A lot of times you'll get painted into a situation where there's really only one right pitch to throw. And of course, you're not the only one that knows that. The hitter knows it also. So situation now where he has Branson at his mercy. Just a matter of now, can Ben make the pitch that he wants to make?
2-2 delivery. Got him. Strikeout number 4 for Rivera, and the Reds leave 2 on. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. And after 3, Phillies lead 1-0.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud, Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
What's new at Mobile? Let's take a look.
Introducing new Mobile Super Plus detergent gasoline. It still cleans fuel injectors and intake valves.
Now it helps keep the very heart of your engine cleaner. Down here, the cylinders and pistons.
So come down to the Big Red O and drive your engine clean with new Mobile Super Plus, the detergent gasoline.
For the first time ever, the expansion Florida Marlins come to the Vet Thursday, June 17th and Friday, June 18th. Then the Upper Deck Heroes play Saturday, June 19th before the Marlins game. And it's a free vintage 1933 baseball cap for all men, Sunday, June 20th at 1:35. Order your tickets in advance. Call 463-1000.
Baseball Cap Day, Sunday, June 30th. Phillies and the Marlins, 1:35. A terrific continuation of the nostalgia-style Philly-style baseball caps. This year's model will be from the 1933 uniform. Compliments of Texaco and free for all men 15 and over. So make your plans now. Order your tickets easily by phone by calling 463-1000. That's Sunday, June 20th for a 1933 style baseball cap. Andy Musser with Kent DeColvey. We move to the 4th, and the Phillies lead 1-0 on a home run by Kim Batiste. Dave Hollins coming up. Dave batting from his favored side of the plate tonight. Hits higher from the right side. He's 0 for 1 this evening. A foul ball caught by Branson, the first baseman.
I mentioned earlier Jim Fregosi taking the opportunity tonight to give Darren Dalton the night off, and also John Kruk. A couple things happen with that. Number one, with the off day tomorrow, it actually becomes 2 days off, and if you start counting hours, it's almost a full 3 days, almost 72 hours. They'll be at about 68 or 69 hours since they have played the last game, if they can stay out of the game tonight. So it does that, number one, and because of the fact that the Phillies only have one more off day before the All-Star break, you know, those guys are going to be back in there playing on a pretty regular basis. The other thing it does is it allows Fregosi to start an all right-handed hitter, or all his right-handers that he has available are in the lineup tonight against John Smiley. We mentioned him having the problems against the right-handers with the long ball. We've seen it once already. But when you look in the Cincinnati bullpen, the 2 guys that you see down there that are going to be in the ball game late in the game, if it's on the line, is Jeff Reardon and Rob Dibble, the 2 right-handers. Well, Fergosi's bench tonight, it consists of Kruk, Dalton, Eisenreich, Thompson, and Morandini. That's some pretty good thunder to throw against those right-handed relievers.
Wow. Ball hit to the left field corner. It's a foul ball, just barely foul. That's a shame because that was not going to be caught, as you could see.
Dave Hollins got jammed on that pitch and broke his bat completely in half. That's why the ball did not carry, just like Joe Oliver's ball down the left field line. So Hollins will get a bat, and the bat boy will come over and pick up the 2 pieces from Joe Oliver at home plate.
Not to be used again, huh?
Nope. Next time that'll be used will be for firewood. Can't even put a nail in that one and play with it anymore. That one's done.
2 balls and 2 strike on Hollins leading off the inning, to be followed by Incaviglia and Chamberlain. Fouled out. Hollins is 1 for 4 and his bats off John Smiley. You know, the All-Star game is coming up. You mentioned the Phillies with just one more off day before the All-Star game. That reminds me to remind our friends that our fans and friends that when you get your All-Star ballot, to give the Phillies some consideration. There certainly are a lot of guys having great years as Smiley gets his second strikeout. So you want to keep the Phillies in mind when you fill out your All-Star ballot, which you can get anytime you come to Veterans Stadium. One away in the fourth. Incaviglia, the batter. Pete, on the first pitch he saw, flied out to center field. Inky takes high, a ball. Incaviglia is 5 for his last 11. We had some mammoth swings out there in Colorado. Oh. Well, he always gets a good cut.
Yeah, but you don't even have to hit it on the button in Colorado. Of course, Inky, as strong as he is, doesn't have to hit it on the button anyway. As long as he gets most of it, he can hit it out any ballpark. But that light air in Denver, I know his eyes lit up when he saw that.
Foul ball, and he's behind in the count, 1-2. We'll be seeing those Rockies at Veterans Stadium. We'll find out whether it's their pitching staff or the air. Which one will it be? As we see them this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Vet. John Smiley was a Phillies fan as a youth. Particularly Steve Carlton, he told me one time. Infield pop-up. Roberts makes the catch, 2 outs. Wes Chamberlain bats for the Phils. Wes has had 1 at bat tonight. He grounded to third base. Phillies have won 7 of their last 9. We mentioned that they are now leading by 7.5 games in the NL East. We also mentioned that the Mets beat the Cubs today 11-3 in that one. Doc Gooden won his 4th, or excuse me, his 6th. He's 6-4 now. One strike on Wes. Chamberlain with 6 outfield assists, second in the National League in outfield assists. Bounces up there.
That was a curveball by Smiley. He will throw it on occasion, primarily fastball changeup. He will throw the curveball, but the majority of the times that he's going to throw it, it will be out of the strike zone. It's not a pitch that he tries to throw in the strike zone to be hit. It's one that he wants you to swing at when it's out of the strike zone.
That's Don Gullett. He's the new Reds pitching coach. Larry Rothschild held that spot and was fired along with Tony Perez. Here's a ground ball to shortstop. Larkin. And Wes is out, and down go the Phillies. You're watching Phillies on Sports Channel. Phillies go in order. They take a 1-0 lead into the bottom half of the fourth.
Major League Baseball home video presents
We're back.
Now it can be heard, the sounds of baseball. This is the baseball video that puts you on the field to hear the game as never before.
They say we got to take the lead right here. Take the lead. First inning.
You're going to put him in jail?
I'm not going to put him in jail.
Straighten the bat. You think you're making it up? You know I think you're making
The guy standing in front of the plate. Tommy, wait a minute.
Host Tommy Lasorda takes you behind the closed doors to reveal the secret strategy in team meetings and some Major League Clubhouse practical jokes. Plus, candid moments with today's superstars. Now it can be heard.
Yeah.
Do you want to order?
Yeah.
Well, to order, send check or money order to this address. Or use your credit card and call 1-800-255-9200. That's 1-800-255-9200. The big Ford pickup. It's the #1 truck in the world. Now F-Series with the best roadside service program available. Preferred Care with 24-hour, 7-day-a-week assistance, all at no extra charge. Plus, you can qualify for an extra $500 cash back if you work for a business or own a business. Your savings total $1,800. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
You better hit the ground running in a new Ford truck.
It's the 10th reunion of the National League champs. The 83 Phillies play an 83 All-Star team Saturday, June 19th, 6 p.m. in the Heroes of Baseball game, compliments of Upper Deck. Before the Phillies play the Marlins at 7:35. Call 463-1000.
The pitching for the Colorado series will find Terry Mulholland facing Willie Blair on Friday night. Tommy Green goes up against Armando Reynoso on Saturday night. Kurt Schilling will be the Phillies pitcher on Sunday. The Rockies are undecided.
In the Rockies' case, it's probably who's back in the starting rotation at that point in time. Don Baylor has been moving his pitchers from the bullpen to the starting rotation back to the bullpen, so have to see who that fifth starter is by that point in time.
Barry Larkin struck out first time around. 4 strikeouts in the game for Rivera. In Houston's 5-4 victory over the Expos, Doug Jones won that game in relief. He's 3-4. Ken Caminetti had a big ball game, went 2 for 4, knocked in 2 runs. Fly ball right center field. Dykstra signals he can get it. Larkin is out, 1 down in the 4th. Rivera now has to face Kevin Mitchell. Always a threat to hit one out. Mitchell tonight 0 for 1, ground ball to third. He was the National League MVP back in '89. He had 47 home runs that year to lead the league. He knocked in 125. That also led the league. He was the league leader in total bases that year with 345. He was also named the Sporting News Major League Player of the Year for '89. He was with the Giants that year. But he's been a guy, Teak, who's never stayed in one place all that long. What's that say?
Well, it says, number one, I think that he hasn't got along real well with the managers and coaches on the ball club that he's been on. And number two, we mentioned the injuries. You know, since that point in time, he has not really been in the lineup on a regular basis. He's always been injury prone. A lot of criticism about his weight. So this is the kind of player that, you know, you see players like that every once in a while. They just keep moving around.
Well, that was the breaking pitch, and he hammered it to left field. It's a single for Mitchell. Hit number 3 for Cincinnati.
Boy, talk about you wanted to keep Kevin Mitchell away from able to pull the ball in the air. Did not get this one in the air. Hit a line drive, but again, the inside part of the plate is the part that he likes. Gets a pitch from Rivera here on the inside part of the plate, and there aren't too many guys around that can get the ball by him on the inside part of the plate. In fact, there was talk that he and Ray Knight had been working. He was complaining he wasn't getting enough pitches on the inside part of the plate, so Knight pushed him up a little closer to the plate. Make the pitchers throw the ball in on him.
Bobby Kelly struck out first time up. Fastball on the corner for a strike.
Ray Knight, of course, the new hitting coach with the Cincinnati Reds.
San Diego 1, Atlanta 0. 4th inning tonight. San Francisco 3, Florida 1 there in the 3rd this evening. 1-1. Bobby Kelly once experimented with switch hitting back when he was in the minor leagues back in 1984. He's got a base hit. Hit so hard that Mitchell stops at second base. No chance for even thinking about going any further. 2 sharp singles here with 1 out in the 4th.
Talking earlier about Rivera being effective because the ball was down in the strike zone. Here for the second hitter in a row, Kelly gets a pitch that's up in the strike zone, right around the belt area. Been much more effective when he's been keeping the ball down during this ball game.
Reggie Sanders, Rivera struck him out the first time they matched up tonight. And Sanders is only 1 for 7 lifetime while facing Rivera. Want to keep him in the ballpark. He is the Reds home run leader with 8. Breaking ball high. That's Ray Knight. He was on your television screen from ESPN until he took this job. Hitting coach for the Cincinnati Reds under Davey Johnson. Former player for Davey with the Mets. Talking with Don Gullett, the new pitching coach. Most of the coaches were fired. Ron Oster picked up the phone and quit. Said, if you're going to fire Tony Perez, I'm out of here.
Oster said, I was loyal to Tony Perez and I was here because of Tony Perez. If you're going to get rid of him that quick, then I don't want to be around. So decided to go home.
2-0 on Sanders. Oh, look out. That was right at the noggin. Those are scary. Very scary.
The old fastball up and in. Pratt wants the ball down and in, as you can see where the glove was placed. Sanders just able to pull his noggin out of the way in time. No intent behind that pitch. Rivera, as we mentioned, this inning has gone up in the strike zone and started to become a little wild up high. Again, his control much better when the ball is down in the strike zone than when it is up.
3-0 the count. Walked him and the bases are loaded with Reds. That's walk number 1 for Rivera. Now Jim Fregosi a little concerned here because Ben has really been sailing along, and Johnny Padres makes his way to the mound now. It's a bases loaded 1-out jam with the Phillies ahead just 1-0. The good news is, though, the bottom part of the batting order is coming up here, starting with newcomer Willie Green.
What happens to a pitcher sometimes, too, Ben, with the 4 strikeouts already early in this ball game, when you get on a roll and you start striking guys out, you think, well, I can throw it a little harder and a little harder. You want to improve on what's already working. And when you try to throw that ball a little harder, the natural tendency is for it to come up in the strike zone. So, sure, Johnny Padres out there giving him either a little instruction on, hey, get yourself back under control and get the ball down in the strike zone, or a mechanical adjustment that he spotted from the bench. One of the two.
Here's Green, flied out to center field in his only at bat. And they're playing him pretty deep. They respect Willie's power. Had 7 home runs at Indianapolis when he was called up. Fouled it away. Bases loaded with Cincinnatians. They left 2 on last inning.
Billy Green in 2 stops last year in the minor league system of the Reds hit 27 home runs, so he has the power to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
That pitch caught the corner, and Green takes strike 2. Fans don't think so. Good chance Willie doesn't think so. What do you think, Teak?
Fans don't count. That looks pretty good. That fastball had tailed back in.
Oh, that was one where Mark Barron, the plate umpire, looked like he was ready to come up, but he didn't keep coming. 1-2. Time call.
At least until this point in this at bat with Willie Green, Big Ben able to get the ball back down in the strike zone, down low. Much more effective down there.
Bouncing ball to the infield. Get the man at second. Run scores. We have a tie ball game as the Phillies get the out at second. And even that was a little precarious. Duncan did not give Batiste a particularly good throw. It was low.
Mariano had to move into the hole between first and second. Unfortunately for Rivera and the Phillies, that ball not hit right at somebody. Got the ball over to second in time. It was a little bit low. You see Mariano moving toward the hole, not able to get his weight stopped completely. So he was fading away a little bit, threw the ball low. Kim does a nice job of catching the ball, number 1, and avoiding the runner.
Joe Oliver at the plate. Runners at the corners, popped out of play. It's a 1-1 ball game here at Cincinnati, bottom half of the fourth. Oliver tonight, ground rule double. On the corner for a strike. It's 0-2 on Oliver. You know, Darren Dalton is a heavy-duty catcher for the Phillies. This guy is too. Oliver is in there almost every day. This is Oliver's 51st ball game, and this is game number 53 for the Reds. So he gets about as much time off as Darren does. Strike 3 called. Oliver caught looking to end the inning. Reds tie it, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 men left. After 4, it's a 1-1 game.
May I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
You sure you want a Coke?
Yeah, I want a Coke.
Okay, pal.
What? You order a Coke? It tastes good.
You didn't care if it was a Coke. You just wanted
I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola.
Need a drink, sir?
I'll just have a...
You'll just have a...
I'll just have a Coke.
Ooh.
You hear that, guys? A Coca-Cola. See ya, pal. Oh.
Okay, panel. How can you recognize the genuine Yellow Pages?
It has a yellow cover.
Good.
This is a Belle of Pennsylvania on the front?
Right.
It has more choices inside.
Yes! That's how you tell a genuine article from mere imitators. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The genuine Belle of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company.
Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, which was opened in the mid-1970 season. This ballpark seats 52,952. It's always been a tough park for the Phillies to win. Many late 8th and 9th inning rallies have pulled out games for Cincinnati here over the years against the Phillies. And the Phillies played here in the 1976 League Championship playoffs, too. Todd Pratt will lead it off in a 1-1 ball game. Pratt struck out in his only at-bat. Darren Dalton with the night off. Hammered to the gap in left center, but there's Kelly to shut it down, and that ball got in the lights on Kelly at the last moment. Kelly was saying a prayer at the moment he caught that ball. Watch it again now.
Line drives are wicked in any ballpark. If the trajectory of the ball just gets in the level of the lights, because of it being a line drive, not having that hump in the middle of it, it gets in there and it will not come out. Kelly saw the ball about 3/4 of the way out, and then it buried in that light standards up there, and he knew that it wasn't going to come out because of how sharply that Pratt had hit the ball.
Batiste hit a home run for the Phillies' only run tonight, and Smiley starts him with a curveball. Kim with his second home run of the year, and Batiste now batting at .265. John Smiley has surrendered but 3 hits, and the only one that hurt him was Kim's. Foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Batiste. Ben Rivera on deck. Batiste had played every game on the road trip until last night. As I'm sure you have heard by this point, it was all over the news late yesterday and today that Juan Bell is no longer a member of the Phillies. He's Employed now by the Milwaukee Brewers. Base hit for Batiste off the glove of Larkin. You won't see that very often. He may have been screened a little bit by Green. That'll be a hit.
Larkin 2 plays tonight that he thinks he should have made. The first one in the first inning, and now this one here. Ball hit on the ground in the hole, and Willie Green goes over and realizes he cannot get the ball, so he pulls up a little bit. Larkin knows that he has to try to get in position to throw the ball quickly, just not able to corral it.
So Ben Rivera, we talked earlier about the fact that Ben has 6 sacrifices up among the league leaders. Smiley's got to play at second, but he takes the sure out. So give Rivera sacrifice number 7. And the Phillies have a runner at second with 2 out.
Joe Oliver and John Smiley having a quick conversation at the mound. I believe Oliver's probably out there saying to Smiley, you know, you had a play at second base. Take that lead runner if you can. Anytime you're in a situation like that and you're the pitcher on the mound, if a ball is hit that sharply, you want to be thinking second base. It appeared as if Smiley had his mind made up all the way that he was just going to field the ball and throw to first base, allowing the Phillies to get Batiste into scoring position.
So Dykstra's got a shot here, and Lenny has doubled tonight. 1 for 2. He flied out to right field as well. Longtime Reds radio broadcaster and ex-pitcher Joe Nuxhall not attending the ball game tonight. He is delivering the commencement address at a high school here this evening. You ever been asked to do that, Teague?
No, I have never. I just barely got out of high school. What are you talking about? I don't want to go back. They might put me back in again.
He is making that commencement address at Hamilton High, which is the school that graduated Nuxie. He pitched in the major leagues here at age 15 in the major leagues, the youngest ever.
Well, he was still in junior high school.
Dykstra hits to the gap. Phillies take the lead, coming around to score. Batiste. Lenny with his second hit of the ball game. 2-1 Phillies.
So the mental mistake by John Smiley cost him a run, not knocking down the lead runner on the sacrifice bunt, allowing Batiste to get into scoring position. Lenny comes up and delivers a base hit, driving in the run and putting the Phillies ahead by 2-1. You can see you see Smiley's reaction as soon as the ball went into left field. He sort of, oh, I'll let that one get away.
Lenny batting .079 with runners in scoring position, but he hits that one hard, and maybe they're starting to come now. Duncan on a pop-up. It should be caught. Roberts running Ranson off the play and grabs it in foul territory. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. Phillies get a run, 2 hits and 1 left, and the Phillies lead 2-1.
Major League Baseball Home Video proudly presents Centennial, over 100 years of Philadelphia Phillies baseball. This special video captures the passion and excitement that is shared by the Phillies and their fans. Relive all the joy and fun of 1950 and the beloved Whiz Kids. And who will ever forget the magical year of 1980 when the Phillies won it all? A must for every Phillies fan, Centennial has the history, the fun, and the hustle of Philadelphia baseball. To order for just $19.95 plus $4 shipping, send check or money order to this address, or use your credit card and call 1-800-255-9200. That's 1-800-255-9200.
Upper Deck asked a few average card collectors whose cards they collect.
I collect Steve Young. I collect endorsements. I collect back doctors, surgeons, rings. I collect fines.
I just collect fishing lures. The musky dingbat.
Dingbat. I have a 56 powder blue Chevy. Powder blue? A Ferrari. I collect Reggie. Rolls Royce. Reggie. Really? Not. Yeah. The smooth. Original interior, original carpet, drives like a dream.
Phillies baseball on Sports Channel is brought to you by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Doylestown is Jeffrey Landis. Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. And by Bell of Pennsylvania, Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. John Smiley leads it out for the Reds in the 5th. They trail the Phillies 2-1. Smiley, however, has a hit tonight. He is 1 for 1. And Smiley is now batting at .235 for the year. 4 hits in 17 at bats. Phillies have out hit the Reds 5-4. Stopped by Rivera on one bounce. Smiley is out carrying the bat. He never dropped the bat. Took it about 2/3 of the way down the line, and why not? 1 out.
For the second time this evening, Smiley jumping on the first pitch. Last time got a base hit up the middle. This time hits the ball sharply back to Rivera. Doesn't go to the plate. He's not very patient when he goes up there. He's looking for the first thing he can reach and try to put the bat on it.
Here's the Bipper. Roberts gets a breaking ball for a strike. Bipp has grounded to second and flied to center, and he doesn't give a pitcher a whole lot of margin up there. Bipp is 5'7", 165 pounds. Ben jumps on top, 0-2. San Diego, Atlanta now tied 1-1. They're in the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. Giants still ahead of Florida 3-1. They're in the bottom of the 4th. Dodgers got a run in St. Louis. And the Cardinals now batting bottom of the 1st. Those Dodgers have been extraordinarily hot, and I didn't see that coming, Teak.
No, I didn't either. They were a struggling ball club that just went from struggling to hot all in one step. Normally there's a transition period in there, but no transition for the Dodgers.
Dodgers coming into the game tonight with a 27-23 record. They were well under 500 when the Phillies played them. Flared to left field. Incaviglia picks it up on a hop, and Bipp Roberts has a single. Now he is always a threat to runs. 16 stolen bases for Bipp, 7th best figure in the league. He's been caught 4 times, including once in this series.
We mentioned the adjustment that Ben was able to make last inning, getting the ball down in the strike zone. Was down early in this inning, but that curveball up in the strike zone, Roberts just taking it the other way and slapping it into left field.
Bransom 0 for 2 this evening. Ground ball to first and a strikeout. Strike 1 on Bransom.
That's it, Big Ben. Stay down there.
Bransom was the number 2 draft choice by the Reds back in '88. He was their first pick. They did not have a first rounder that year. He went on to play on the U.S. gold medal Olympic team in Seoul that year. High a ball. Bransom, 26, from Waynesboro, Mississippi. He's never played a full year in the majors, but he is no longer a rookie. That's a strike. Yankees 1, Cleveland 0 in the 5th inning. White Sox 6-1 over Detroit in the 6th. Twins 3, Texas 2 in the 3rd. And Kansas City holding a 7-2 lead over Boston in the 9th inning. Reds might take a few more liberties with Pratt back there instead of Dalton. Roberts 1 foot well beyond the cutout. He's not going, however, and the pitch is low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Branson. The Bipper, 16 out of 20 in steals. Got to do that every once in a while. Whether you throw it over there hard or not, you must break up the rhythm, especially with a base stealer.
The guys that are capable of stealing bases, you want to do two things. Number one, you want to throw over occasionally just to let them know that you're paying attention. Number two, change your timing on your delivery to home plate.
In the dirt, Pratt blocked it, but now we have a 3-2 count, and you can look for Roberts to run here. On deck is Larkin. Phillies protecting a 2-1 lead in the fifth. Roberts goes, and the pitch is lined to left field. Incaviglia charges. He's got a shot. No, he doesn't either. He decides not to fire it back. Branson lines out to Incaviglia. Roberts was running, but saw that Inky was going to be able to get it, so he pulled up. That's the second out.
Branson hits this ball right on the button. Fastball down and away. Inky comes in. Roberts does a nice job when you're running on a 3-2 count with only one out. You have to take a glance back at the hitter. Roberts able to take a glance back, pick the ball up off the bat, saw that Incaviglia had a play, and was able to slam on the brakes and get back over to first base in plenty of time.
Maybe more likely to steal a base here, Larkin the batter, and Barry is 0 for 2 tonight. Fastball is high, ball one. Larkin has struck out and flied to center. We haven't seen him really take off yet, though, except for that 3-2 pitch.
Except for the 3-2 pitch. Davey Johnson being very patient with his running game.
Which is surprising because he's preaching aggression these days. Ball two. One of the first things that Davey stressed when he took over here is he wanted the club to be more aggressive, both offensively and defensively. Davey says this is his last stop. I was kidding him. I said, yeah, but it may last 18 years. There goes Roberts. Pitches a strike. Pratt's throw. Safe. Stolen base number 17. Pratt's throw was right on the money, but just not in time.
Good strong throw by Pratt. Roberts was not a great jump. Pratt's throw right on the money. Roberts able to just sneak the hand in right before the tag by Mariano Duncan. Just got that hand in there.
I wonder.
Whew. Close.
I wonder.
Appears as if Duncan made the tag on Roberts' left hand, and he was able to sneak the right hand in just before the tag is down. You see the right hand getting to the bag before the ball applied to the left hand.
You're right. 2-1 the count on Larkin. Ball three, 3-1. Mitchell on deck. Phillies lead 2-1.
And you'd like to see Mitchell being a leadoff hitter.
Absolutely.
Rather than hitting with men in scoring position.
Well, Larkin walks. The second walk that Rivera has given up. Well, here is Mitchell. He singled and scored in the fourth inning, the only Reds run of the night. It's 2-1 Phillies. Mitchell 1 for 2. He hits with 2 men on. It's the third inning in a row that the Reds have had a couple of men on base. Actually, they had the bases loaded last inning, but left 2 on base.
Rivera all 4 of the balls to Larkin up in the strike zone. Mitchell very dangerous when you get the ball up in the strike zone to him.
Hits it hard to deep left center. Dykstra over to make the play. Inky peeling off and Lenny coming behind to make the catch. For the Reds, no runs. 1 hit, they leave 2, and after 5, it's 2-1 Phillies.
You know, a lot of people think you have to be a pro to shop at Sherwin-Williams. Actually, you just have to want to paint like one. That's why they're having a do-it-yourself sale.
Their best-selling A100 exterior flat is only $13.99, and Classic 99 interior flat is just $12.99. It ends June 26th.
So, if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you better get going.
It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning and you always come through. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud.
Mark your calendar and clear your schedule. The Phillies play the pitching powerful Atlanta Braves Monday, June 21st and Tuesday, June 22nd, both at 7:35, followed by an always popular business person special Wednesday afternoon, June 23rd at 12:35. Reserve your tickets by phone. Call 463-1000.
Whether you're 30 or 60 or even more, you can join me and some of the greatest stars in Phillies history as we live, learn, laugh, and play next February at Phillies Dream Week. Imagine a full week of baseball and fun on Clearwater Beach in the middle of winter, surrounded by Larry Boa, Greg Lazinski, Dave Cash, and many more. It's truly a Phillies fan's dream come true. For full details on Phillies Dream Week, call 215-938-1200. That's 215-938-1200. Space is limited, so you should call right now.
Willie Green makes the play on Ricky Jordan, so Ricky goes on one pitch as we move to the 6th inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Phillies. Ricky Jordan 0 for 3 in the game now after that ground out. Coming to the plate, Dave Hollins. He has fouled out to first and struck out. Phillies would feel a lot more comfortable if they had a few more runs. I think the Phillies got spoiled out there in Colorado. All those runs just kept piling up, and every inning was another threat. Hasn't been that way here in Cincinnati. Facing a little bit of different pitching staff, right, Deke?
Well, when you get those runs in bunches, all of a sudden you get to the point where you expect to score in bunches. Of course, not all that easy every night. Just put those 3- and 4-run innings together. So Phillies back to a little bit more reality and have to work a little harder for their runs here.
Hit well to right field, driving Sanders back, but he gets there on the track and near the fence. Sanders catches up with it. Hollins, who has great power the opposite way, drove Sanders to the track.
I don't think Sanders thought that Hollins could hit the ball this far the other way. The pitcher Smiley out over the plate about belt high, and Reggie had to retreat quickly, caught the ball just about a step short of the outfield fence. Probably will play just a little bit deeper the next time Mr. Hollins comes to the plate.
Yes.
Maybe David can drop one of those ones in front of him then.
Incaviglia 0 for 2, fly ball to center and a pop-up. Well, those Cardinals came back and got 3 off the Dodgers, so it's 3-1 Cardinals after an inning in St. Louis. Pete Incaviglia, always a threat to hit one out. You know, they talk about all his strikeouts, and of course he has piled up a few over the years, but he has a more compact swing now than he did in the past, and he is not striking out quite as much, not even as much as he was in the early part of the year.
Well, I think the patience of the Philly hitters kind of rub off on each other. Dennis Menke preaches constantly, you know, make sure you get a good pitch, even if you're a power hitter. Get a good pitch to try to hit out of the ballpark, and you know, when you're around a bunch of guys that are doing that, I think it rubs off, and I think it's improved Incaviglia's approach at the plate.
Oh, what were we talking about? He chased one there, a high fastball. Strikeout number 3 for Smiley. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. Into the bottom half of the 6th inning, the Phillies lead the Reds 2-1.
Baseball. Phillies baseball. Dykstra, Dalton, Hollins, Kruk, the home team, the home field, comedy, fatal passion, material girls, true love, paths to freedom, the best movie of the year, home team sports, great movies, Prism, one channel, 1 month, 1 call. Make it now.
Napolitan pizza from Pizza Hut tastes so authentic, it's fooling everyone.
It's from Carlos on 10th.
The Lucas on 2nd.
Rosanio's on Church.
From Sal's on Liberty, see? Hand-stretched dough, rich tomato sauce, and whole milk mozzarella.
I can tell by the sauce.
This cheese is talking.
The sauce is a dead giveaway.
Oh, you want to go to Sal's? You go way down. You can't walk. Get 1 large Neapolitan pizza for just $7.99 or 2 for $11.99 every day at Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut?
I was going to say that. I didn't want to, blurt it right out,
To soar with eagles, be the best. To win the industry's highest awards for quality, commit to excellence. provide superior quality products and have the strength to offer them at more than 12,500 locations nationwide, more than any other major brand. Discover for yourself the difference quality can make. Fly with the new superpower.
Saturday night at Veterans Stadium, Phillies and the Rockies, a 7:05 game, and you'll be allowed on the field prior to the ball game, assuming you have your camera with you, because it's photo night. Your chance to get your up close and personal pictures of the Phillies between 5:45 and 6:15 right on the field. Call 463-1000 or stop by a local Ticketmaster location to see the Phillies and the Rockies on Saturday night, and bring your camera and plenty of film. Camera Shop Incorporated and Kodak, the sponsors of that event. Bobby Kelly leads off the bottom of the sixth, 2-1 Phillies. Kelly has struck out and singled. Kelly, Sanders, and Green to bat this inning against Ben Rivera. Big Ben has given up 5 hits, has 5 strikeouts. The strikeout total for John Smiley is 4. 4 strikeouts for Smiley. One and one. Right into the broadcast booth. That's George Grand immediately to our left, and Marty Brenneman with the jacket and headphones. He's the Reds radio man, working without Joe Nuxall tonight. Down the right field side, out of play. And maybe you got to look at Gordy Coleman too. He's working with George Grand. Remember the ex-Red Gordy Coleman?
Yes, I do very well. Going up range there, so Gordy.
There's Gordo. That's right. This is your hometown, is it not, Teak? You mean he was a hero of yours?
Oh, yes. Grew up as a Cincinnati Reds fan, growing up about 20 miles north of Cincinnati.
Crosley Field days, I take it?
Oh, yes. Most definitely. Saw many a game in Crosley Field.
Strikeout number 6 for Rivera. Tell me about the porch in Crosley. The warning track that was terraced. It was terraced in the warning track.
Yeah, it was instead of a warning track in Crosley Field, as you see in all the ballparks now, there was actually a hill in left field, went up about 4 or 5 feet, and you could see some of the strangest plays out there. Outfielders running across and then all of a sudden just slamming into the hill.
Curveball starts Sanders for a strike. So an outfielder, when he started the run up the hill, he knew he was getting close to the wall.
That was the warning track. Of course, most of them didn't get up the hill. Most of them would just slam themselves into the ground.
Jam job and a defensive swing there.
I think my favorite was Alex Johnson when he played for the Cincinnati Reds. It didn't matter who was hitting, whether it was a power hitter or a little punch and Judy hitter. Alex always played at the base of the terrace. He knew if he had to go back 1 step, he had to start going uphill. Otherwise, he could come in and stay on the flat. He didn't want to mess with that hill at all.
Alex might have been smarter than the rest of them.
It was a very interesting concept that was luckily not picked up by too many other people that were designing baseball fields.
Yeah. On the ground and a base hit. Sanders through the left side hole for Cincinnati, hit number 6. Well, the Reds have kept the pressure on here. They have left 6 men on base tonight. They trailed 2-1. Willie Green is coming up now. Willie has the lone RBI for Cincinnati. Got it on a fielder's choice. The bases were loaded, and he hit the ball to second base. Willie, a terrific prospect. We've seen his strong arm at third. He has hit in the major leagues when the Reds have used him before in the big leagues. Last September, he did not hit much at Indianapolis this year. 2-0.
And the biggest thing is when you look at Willie Green, still only 21 years old. Just a pup. Phillies like to see one of those nice, sharp 1 or 2 hoppers right out of middle infielder right here.
How about, no, it's too far away, but they're going to get the middleman. Nice acrobatic catch by Batiste. That's the second time that Willie Green has hit that ball in almost the same spot. 2 outs.
Last time that chopper in the hole produced a run. Mariano Duncan with a similar play as last time, still not able to get his feet underneath him and get a whole lot on the throw, but this time the throw just a little bit higher. Kim able to make the force at second base. So Willie Green has tried that hole twice, and one time he did get an RBI on it, but this time Duncan able to get the force at second base.
Joe Oliver, he leads the Reds in doubles with 14, one of which he hit tonight, a ground rule double to the left field corner. The last time up he struck out. Oliver, the everyday man behind the plate. Most fans could not name the Reds' backup catcher, a fellow named Dan Wilson, right-handed batter. That's a strike. 1-1.
It's funny you mentioned Dan Wilson, because last year, about halfway through the season, Lou Piniella, who was managing the ball club at the time, almost made the statement. He said that, you know, that Dan Wilson was going to be the everyday catcher by the end of the year, but Joe Oliver just kept playing and kept playing and kept himself in the lineup, never gave them the opportunity to give the job to Wilson.
Bouncer up the middle. Duncan underhands to Batiste, and they get the fielder's choice. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And after 6 innings, the Phillies have a 2-1 lead.
We need to talk. You see, you and I have something in common.
Batman returns.
Batman. To destroy Batman, we must first turn him into what he hates the most. Namely, us.
These streets 1,000 times. But tonight, there's something different. Tonight, you're using Exxon 93 Supreme gasoline for a cleaner engine, smooth acceleration, and a full 93 octane.
Let the tiger set you free.
Rely on Exxon Supreme.
Completing the rear axles. See diagram 70. Or 9-inch gripping wrench. Tighten. See diagram 70. Cue the frame extenders to the housing mount.
Congratulations. You built a tricycle. While the simplest things can be made complex, the challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile. With straight answers, clear explanations, and with no assembly required. Bell Atlantic Mobile. Advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
Matchlight charcoal has just the right amount of lighter fluid. Already added. That's why there's only one match from Matchlight. Matchlight from Kingsford.
Phillies baseball day camps for boys and girls 7 to 14 years of age. 12 great locations, plus you get to enjoy a day of fun at the Vet. Call 215-642-8585. That's 215-642-8585 for the Phillies baseball day camps.
That gal was not crazy to bring that blanket to the ball game tonight. I bet that feels pretty good. 56 degrees at game time, and it's not gone up.
I wonder if she brought a loaner along.
Chamberlain takes high, ball 1. The Phillies have a 2-1 lead as we start the 7th inning. West tonight 0 for 2, ground ball to third, and a ground ball to short, seeing his first action in this series. Curveball for a strike. The only good night for baseball in this series was last night, and then it wasn't in the 70s. It was also 56 at game time here on Monday night. Smiley's changeup. He can pull the string on that.
Yeah, he's got a beauty. Got that good combination of the good arm action, plus the fact that he's got that 90-mile-an-hour fastball. The arm comes flying through, and you think it's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, but that thing just tails and dips away from you down and away. Very, very effective against right-handed hitters. Smiley will not have as much of a tendency to throw it to left-handers, but it's just a great pitch against right-handers.
1-2 on West, leading off the 7th. And there's another changeup, and he pops it up. That's generally what happens to a changeup. You either miss it or pop it up. Roberts with the catch, 1 down.
Well, with the good arm action on the changeup, Smiley again had Chamberlain way out in front. And once you extend yourself and you're reaching that far, you really lose control of the end of the bat. You're not able to drive it through the baseball. You're trying to just do everything you can to get the bat on the ball. And when you're in this type of a position, there's not a whole lot of power left. So Chamberlain just hits that nice little weak pop up to second base.
Todd Pratt. Todd's 0 for 2. He has struck out on line to center. He really hit the ball hard last time, lining it to Kelly. That was the one that got in the lights on Kelly. Into the gap in right center field, open spaces, and out of here. Todd Pratt with his first home run of the year, and the Phillies have a 3-1 lead. An opposite field poke for Pratt.
Get a chance to play, take advantage of it. Todd Pratt slams this ball into right center field. He hit the ball hard, as you mentioned, last time to left center field. For Bobby Kelly able to run it down. He was not able to chase this one down, well out of the ballpark in right center field.
So the Phillies, who lead the league in homers, now have 54 of them, including a pair tonight, and that one is going to cause our friends at Cento to donate another $200 to the Philadelphia Child Guidance Clinic. Out of play. Batiste hit the other home run for the Phillies, and he also got an infield single. Batiste scoring 2 runs, and the Reds are going to get bullpen action for the first time.
As we saw on that replay, Pratt out in front of the curveball by Smiley was actually lunging. And you have to be strong to be out in front and still hit the ball as far as Pratt did.
Looks like Bobby Ayala getting up. The right-hander Ayala, who has not faced the Phillies. John Smiley due to lead off the bottom half of the 7th inning. That could be the reason they're getting bullpen action here. A bid for another hit by Batiste. He's got his 3rd hit of the game, and he's going to second base. Roberts' throw is offline, and it's a double for Batiste to his 3 for 3.
So Smiley so far this inning has had all the Phillies hitters off stride out in front. This time Batiste was one hands the ball that fades down and away from him, but perfectly places it just inside the right field line. By the time Bip Roberts gets his hands on it and gets it back in, Batiste hustles into second for a sliding double. So Smiley has done everything that he wants to do this inning. He's had all 3 Philly hitters off stride, out on their front foot. Got Chamberlain on the pop up to second, but Pratt able to hit the ball out to right center, and now Batiste able to flare one down the right field line.
The batter, Ben Rivero, for 1 with a sacrifice. Ben hitting the ball the opposite way. It's not good enough to move the runner, though. It was hit so sharply, Batiste had to stay put. So Ben trying to ground behind the runner, but he was unable to really do it. 2 outs. Ronnie Dykstra comes up. He's had a good ball game. 2 out of 3. A double and an RBI single. Kim Batiste has tied his career high with 3 hits in this ball game tonight. Blocked by Oliver, ball 1. Dodgers get a run. They trail the Cardinals 3-2 in the 3rd. Giants 3, Florida 1 in the 5th. Padres get a lead over Atlanta now 2-1. Braves batting in the 5th. Pirate Colorado game underway. Pittsburgh failed in the 1st. 2 balls and no strikes on Dykstra. Lenny has his average up at 275.
Another situation with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. The Phillies would sure like to cash in that extra run.
Lenny came through the last time he was up in the 5th inning to give the Phillies a lead.
not surprising. Lenny working the count. Got it at 3-0. He does it as well as anybody.
3-1.
Smiley not completely convinced that Dykstra wasn't going to be swinging on 3-0. Throws him a 3-0 breaking ball. Gets it over the plate.
Smiley has not walked a batter tonight. That's a strike.
Another breaking ball. So after getting behind 3-0 on fastballs, he comes back with 2 good breaking balls right here. Lenny sitting all over the fastball. Wisely does not swing at the breaking ball. When you're looking for one pitch and you got the count in your advantage, no use swinging it if you get a different pitch.
Lenny grounds it back through the mound. Smiley couldn't make the play, but Larkin does. Dykstra out on a close play. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 man left on base. Stretch time in Cincy, and it's 3-1 Phillies.
It's kid is play. 50% of it is attitude and style. And play is kid.
You're gonna be Blade Brown. You gotta know where Blade Brown comes from. Thought you crawled out from under a rock.
And they're a class act.
Come on, man, that ain't half of what went down. How about giving a brother some credit? Yeah, you heard him. Give him some credit. Oh, very funny. Talk about bringing a brother down.
Do Texaco food marts really have everything?
Oh, they have gum, cheese, candy.
Many reasons I come to Texaco.
Chips, cereals, nice people.
There are many reasons.
You want it, they got it. If they don't have it, you don't need it.
Isn't that candy that pulls apart?
Did I skip something?
Visit your Texaco station and food mart for unbeatable System 3 gasoline.
Pop comes here for System 3, and I come here for Pop. Right, Mom?
And just about everything else.
I'd recommend it to anybody, and I would too.
From 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to right here in Pennsylvania, people are searching for new choices in healthcare.
The costs are strangling me.
Which inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new personal choice.
It seems like you always have to give something up.
A health plan that gives people the benefits of an HMO.
No one has the right to tell me what doctor I can see.
Without asking them to give up their freedom. Personal choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
Hi, I'm Dick Vermeil with the Blue Cross Blue Shield Health Tip. How can you lower your cholesterol levels? Control your weight? Eat more fiber-rich foods? Eat less saturated fats? Avoid foods high in cholesterol. The best way to lower your cholesterol is by doing all of the above.
Check the upcoming telecast for the Phillies on Friday night when they pick up action against the Colorado Rockies at 7:30 at Veterans Stadium. It'll be on Prism. Ditto on Saturday night at 7 o'clock, the Rockies and the Phillies on Prism, and then Sunday afternoon 1:30 on PHL 17, the Phillies and the Colorado Rockies. Gary Varsho is coming up as a pinch hitter for John Smiley. The Phillies lead the Reds 3-1. We move to the bottom of the 7th, and here's the veteran left-handed batter Varsho, who was optioned out this year in a roster switch that the Reds had to make. It didn't make him very happy. It was a technicality, but he was down in the minors for 10 days or 2 weeks. Batting .308, no homers, 2 runs batted in. Takes a strike. Ayala will be facing the Phillies in the 8th inning. Curve for a strike. 0-2. Benz had that curveball in his command right from the first inning.
And Varsho, a good guy to use it on, pretty much of a dead fastball hitter. Does not react well to the off-speed pitches and the breaking pitches.
Varsho once hit an inside the park home run off the Phillies and Danny Cox. That was his first ever inside the Parker in pro ball. He was playing for the Pirates, and he did that on Easter Sunday of 1992, April 19th. Ben Rivera strikes out the pinch hitter, and that's Ben's 7th strikeout. The second time this year he has fanned 7, both times against the Reds.
After throwing one fastball to Varsho that he fouled off, goes back to the off-speed pitch, back to the breaking ball again. Varsho way out in front.
Biff
Worked
Roberts.
the first 2 times, stay with it.
Right. Biff is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Foul, hit hard but foul. Ben Rivera's strikeout high, by the way, is 8. He did that at New York on August 14th of '92. See the way Pratt held that ball. He wanted that pitch. Did not get the call. 1-1. Just hold it there and see if the umpire won't take another look at that. He swung at that. 2-2. That's an accurate call. Kansas City won that game over Boston 7-2 final there. In the fourth, Minnesota leading Texas 3-2. He swung.
He didn't want to, but that doesn't count.
No, can't read your mind. Yankees 8, Cleveland 1 in the 6th. White Sox 6, Tigers 1 in the 7th. He's having something to say here to Mark Barron.
Mark saying, what are you asking? What are you yelling at me for? Han's the one that said you swung.
Scooped up by Jordan. He races to the bag and gets there. Roberts hit it sharply, but Rickey answers the challenge. 2 outs. And Bipp's not any too happy, is he?
No, he's still looking down at Bill Hahn at third base. Doesn't matter if you don't want to swing, Bipp. If you swing anyway, that counts. Sorry.
Jeff Branson 0 for 3 in the game, although he's hit the ball sharply a couple of times, particularly the last time when he lined out to Incaviglia and left. Up the middle, he's got a hit. A 2-out single for Branson, hit number 7 for Cincinnati. The most vulnerable part of the defense, right up the middle.
Right up the middle. When you stand on the mound and look behind you, the biggest hole in the field is there. And Ben, with that big follow through over toward first base, had absolutely no chance to make any type of play on that ball. So it just rolls right up the middle, and Barry Larkin steps in.
Each team has 7 hits, but the Phillies have a 2-run lead. Strike to Larkin on the outside corner. Barry is 0 for 2, has struck out and flied to center. He also received one of only 2 walks given by Rivera.
7th inning of the ball game in the middle of the Cincinnati lineup. You'd like to get Larkin out here and split the middle of that lineup. You may not have to see them again during this ball game.
Curve for a strike. Boy, that curve's been working great for him. Yeah, that's a good point, Teak. And then if you get past him in the 8th, chances are you won't have that much trouble in the 9th.
Well, you'll have to work against the bench rather than the middle of the lineup, which is a lot more favorable.
He got him. A called third strike on Larkin to end the inning. Strikeout number 8, tying his career high. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. After 7, Phillies lead 3-1.
Yo, Phillies fans, here's the pitch. You, the Phillies, San Diego. It's the Jiffy Lube Coca-Cola Phillies road trip. Go to Jiffy Lube and you could win an all-expense-paid trip for 4 to the Phillies-Padres game in sunny San Diego. Round-trip airfare, deluxe hotel accommodations, and meals are all included. But hey, you can't win if you don't enter at any participating Jiffy Lube before June 30th.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud, Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be proud to be your bud.
Only one dealer can offer you 5 of the 10 best sellers in America. Your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Now, Ford Taurus is the #1 selling car in America. A leader in safety with available dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. Ford Taurus has been on Car and Driver's top 10 list 7 years straight. Now, for a limited time, save $1,200, including $500 cash back from Ford on all Taurus sedans and wagons. Hurry, save on 5 of the top 10 sellers in America. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Phillies baseball on Sports Channel is brought to you by day in and day out. At home or on the road, you can always count on the great taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up and never let you down, so make it a Bud Light. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery, a participating advertiser in Phillies baseball. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. This is Bobby Ayala. Bobby earned his first major league save Friday night when the Reds beat the Mets. He pitched 3 innings of 1-hit shutout relief to earn the victory in last Sunday's 8-4 win over the Mets. Bobby's been called up twice this season from AAA Indianapolis. Up on April 24th, down May 8th, up again on the 21st. He was 0-2 and a 5.67 earned run average in 5 games where he was used as a starter at Indianapolis.
He was on the shuttle between Cincinnati and Indianapolis. So far this year, this is his 8th appearance. 1 win, 2 losses, and 0.61 earned run average. And as you mentioned the other night, he got his first major league save.
He's trying to hold down the Phillies because the Reds already trail by 2 runs, and they just want to make sure that they get a chance to bat in the 8th and 9th inning down by just 2. Duncan leads it off. Ayala gets a pitch over for a strike. Mariano 1 for 3 tonight. It was an infield single. Ayala 6'3", 200 pounds from Ventura, California. Strike again. Reds signed Ayala as a free agent back in June of 1988. Bounces his pitch up there. Phillies have never faced Ayala before. He's 23 years of age. Strike. So Ayala begins his work against the Phillies with a K. 1 down on the 8th.
After throwing 3 straight breaking balls, Ayala came back and threw a nice fastball right on the outside corner that froze Duncan. He had not seen the fastball yet from Ayala, and not only did he see it for the first time, but it was in a perfect spot.
Well, here's a move as much for defense as offense. John Kruk will come out and bat for Ricky Jordan. Kruk batting .362, 5 homers, 31 runs batted in. Kruk is 0 for 3 in the series, but he has 6 walks in the series. He has scored 2 runs and knocked in a run.
You mentioned Kruk doesn't get too many days off. This is Kruk's first appearance as a pinch hitter. Not so much because of the fact that Jim Fregosi hasn't wanted to use him as a pinch hitter, but more that he's been in the lineup every day and not available to pinch hit.
Ayala gets it over. 2 balls and a strike on Kruk, who will remain in and play first base, giving the Phillies a little better defense. Right at his legs. Kruk has only ever been hit by a pitch twice. Randy Tomlin and Wally Whitehurst are the only pitches ever to get Kruk. And here's a hard hit ground ball, but backhanded by Roberts. Throw over to Branson. Branson had trouble finding the bag. He was looking for the bag. He finally got it on about his 3rd attempt.
Well, we mentioned to Branson, a third baseman shortstop by trade. Roberts goes and makes a nice backhanded stop. Got plenty of time. Good accurate throw to first base, but Branson misses the bag. Finally did just barely kick it with a spike, or at least John McSherry said that he did. Branson with a little smile on his face says, over at third base, you don't have to worry about that stuff.
Speaking of third base, here's Dave Ollins. 0 for 3 tonight. Hit the ball to the warning track in right field last time up. He was a right-handed batter. Then watch Branson. Where is it? Where is it? Didn't get it yet.
He may not have got it at all.
He put a little dirt on it, though. That counts, doesn't it? When you kick a little dirt on it?
Close enough.
1-1.
Tell you, a lot of times you'll get a safe call on that, even if you tag the bag, only because it's ugly.
Ugly it was.
It was ugly. Some kind of a foreign 2-step or something he threw on the bag.
1-2 the count. Hollins doesn't have quite as fluid a swing as a left-handed batter. He sweeps the bat a little bit more than swings it as a left-handed batter. misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 outs. In the dirt. Full count on Hollins. Dave draws a lot of walks. Hollins has 23 extra base hits, the 5th highest figure in the league. Ball 4. The first walk received by the Phillies tonight. Smiley didn't walk any in his 7 innings. Incaviglia bats. Pete is 0 for 3.
Looking for a little 2-out thunder.
Always a threat.
This is a big storm cloud right here.
Right at us. Inky take an aim on us up here. Ayala got the first 2 outs, then walked Hollins. Now he steps off as Inky gets time. Gets away from Oliver. Down to second goes Hollins. It'll be a passed ball on Oliver. Joe Oliver committing the catcher's sin right there. And he will go to the mound. He might have been crossed.
I'm not so sure that this is all Oliver's fault. Some kind of an off-speed pitch by Ayala. Ran inside. Oliver didn't really shift the body to move over in front of it at all. He just kind of kept reaching and reaching, and it finally just sort of floated out of his range, hit off his glove, and went to the backstop. So he goes out and has a quick conversation with Ayala, make sure they're on the same page with the signals. So now instead of taking an extra base hit to get a run, Inky can get the Phillies another run with just a single.
And there's a line smash to center. It is a single, and coming around to score Hollins. And the Phillies take a 4-1 lead in the 8th on Incaviglia's RBI hit.
So for the second time this evening, the Phillies take advantage of a mistake by the Reds. John Smiley earlier in the ballgame did not get the force play at second base on Ben Rivera's bunt, elected to go to first base. Now the pass ball by Joe Oliver moves Dave Hollins into scoring position, and Inky comes up with a big base hit to plate another run. So the Phillies have come up with 2 runs courtesy of mistakes by the Cincinnati Reds. Inky not trying to do too much with that fastball down and away from him, just reaches out and pokes it into short right center field. No chance at all for a play at Hollins at home plate.
Chamberlain takes a strike. Wes is 0 for 3. Total attendance tonight 25,904. That's the largest crowd of the 3-game series. 4-1 Phils. Chamberlain smashes one to the right center field gap. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Incaviglia will be able to score. Wes is heading for third. Roberts relay to third. He's got a triple. 5-1 Phillies. Chamberlain's first triple of the year.
And what a bolt this was. West just hit a rocket up the gap in right center field. Normally West does not hit the ball that hard the other direction, pretty much of a pull hitter, but he got one that he liked from Ayala and drove that baby up the right center field gap. You see an Inky just getting back to the dugout now. That's a long trip for him from first base. Breaking ball down and away from Chamberlain, stays right with it and just rifles it up the right center field gap. Good job of hitting.
Pratt homered his last time up. Todd is 1 for 3 tonight, and happy in the Phillies dugout as this trip is nearing conclusion. And the Phillies have a 5-1 lead in the final game of the trip. Bouncer on the right side, glove by Branson. This time he's going to let Ayala find the bag. Let him worry about it. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. 2 runs, 2 hits, a pass ball, 1 man left on base. Phillies lead 5-1.
This kid is play. 50% of it is attitude and style. and play as kids.
You're gonna be Blade Brown. You gotta know where Blade Brown comes from.
Thought you crawled out from under a rock.
And they're a class act.
Come on, man, that ain't half of what went down. How about giving a brother some credit? Yeah, you heard him. Give him some credit. Oh, very funny. Talk about bringing a brother down.
We need to talk. You see, you and I have something in common.
Batman returns.
Batman. To destroy Batman, we must first turn him into what he hates the most. Namely, us.
Batman returns.
Did you know Texaco puts System 3 in every grade of gasoline?
System 3 gets high marks in every grade, which is a lot better than I ever did.
My dad says Texaco puts System 3 in every grade. I'm in the 4th grade.
Of course. That's why I always fill up with System 3. What do I look like? Don't say it.
Visit your Texaco station.
I can get the tires rotated, the car lubed, and still get home in time for the game.
Mow the lawn.
For unbeatable System 3 gasolines and so much more.
Mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn.
It's a replica of a 1933 Phillies cap, free for men 15 and over. Compliments of Texaco when the Phillies play the new Florida Marlins Sunday, June 20th at 1:35. Great way to cap off a weekend. Call 463-1000.
It's the first visit of the new expansion Rockies. It's Friday night at Veterans Stadium, a weekend series with the Phils and the Colorado Rockies. 7:35 is the start. Don't forget Saturday's photo night, and Sunday is beach towel day. And then the Astros in for 3. June 7, 8, and 9, all at 7:35. You know they'll be gunning for the Phils after the Phils' opening week sweep in the Dome. A couple of changes for the Phillies as they go to defense now. John Kruk remains in to play first base. And in right field, Jim Eisenreich takes over for Wes Chamberlain. Phillies ahead 5-1, bottom half of the 8th inning. Kevin Mitchell leads it off for Cincinnati. He's had 1 for 3 tonight. Pitches low a ball. As soon as Rivera gets an out, it'll be his longest outing of the year. He pitched 7 innings in one other game. That was May 1st at Los Angeles, a game he lost 5-1. There's a ball drilled to center field, but Dykstra's going to get it. He does, and it's Ben's longest outing of the year as he gets an out here in the 8th inning and leads 5-1.
What the extra couple of runs last inning that the Phillies scored allow Ben to do now is, when he does fall behind in the count, challenge these Reds hitters with a 4-run lead. Just make them swing the bat and beat you. Don't help them out by base on balls. So Big Ben now has the luxury of just leaning back and pouring that baby right down on through there.
Faces Bobby Kelly. Kelly has struck out twice and singled once, 1 for 3. Kelly a 305 for the year. Ball 2, 2-0. Kelly a 5-game hitting streak coming in. He's extended that tonight. Foul ball. 2-1. And our next game here on Sports Channel Teak will be next Tuesday night against those Houston Astros, 7:30 from Veterans Stadium.
And if everything stays according to schedule, Big Ben Rivera will be on the mound again.
That's right. 2-2.
As I was mentioning, the 4-run inning now, or 4-run lead, Ben can now challenge the Reds hitters. Early in the ball game with a 4-run lead, you wouldn't alter your style of pitching, but as you get toward the tail end of the ball game, you have the ability to change your style and be more aggressive.
Duncan makes the play. Kelly is out. There are 2 down in the 8th. The ex-Red Mariano Duncan. And here comes Reggie Sanders. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Reggie singled his last time up, extending his hitting streak to 7 games in a row. The last time that Rivera put the Reds down in order was the 2nd inning. He bids to do it again here. He's gotten ahead of the hitters tonight, Teak. We've all talked about that so many times and how important that is, and it's something that Rivera hasn't done all that often, but tonight he has.
And the big key to that is he's been able to throw the curveball over for a strike early in the count. If you're only being able to get your fastball over, then you have to be a little bit more particular because the hitter knows it's coming. But when you can throw fastballs and curveballs, you don't have to be quite as particular with your location early in the count.
It took Ben a long time to regain his stamina from that bout with the flu in spring training, but it looks like he finally has. Oh, there's a whistling fastball here in the 8th inning. You can't throw much harder than that.
Ben motioned to Brady, get the ball down. Don't run me all over the mound out here. Todd getting a little excited behind the plate, fired that baby back, tried to throw it as hard as Ben threw it in.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Reggie Sanders.
Sometimes catchers will get just as excited as pitchers, especially when they're throwing well, and they start getting pumped up and start throwing the ball back harder and harder.
Got him. Strikeout, career high number 9. Rivera struck him out, and down go the Reds. 1, 2, 3. We go to the 9th, and the Phillies hold a 5-1 lead.
In a game rich with traditions, Sherwin-Williams has created one of its own by preserving and protecting the national shrines of our national pastime. This is the paint of the pros, and it's the choice of millions of fans at home. And while your town may not have a big league ballpark in it, it does have a big league paint store. The pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
$45, eating 45 cents, eating 46, but paying them $4,700 for one time. You got them 47.5.
What'll it be, Phyllis?
Make it a Bud Light.
Sorry, this is the last one.
Well, I think I've been. I don't take that one.
What do you want to give for it? I'm a 2 and a 10. Give me 10, a 20 big. Give me 20 now, 30. Give me 30 now, 40 big. Give me 40 now, 50. Give me 50 now, 60 big. Give me 60 now, 70. Give me 70 now, 80.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Bud Light, please.
Sorry, boys. This is the last one.
It's like having a Phillies ticket window come right to your home. Call 463-1000 and reserve your tickets in advance. No rushing, no waiting, no hassle. 463-1000. It's like having a Phillies ticket window right in your home.
And now let's check the Rolaids relief stats. Rolaids spells relief first in the American League. Jeff Montgomery with 45 points and a good lead over Rick Aguilera and Dwayne Ward, but the top total stands in the NL, where Mike Stanton has 18 saves and 52 points. Pretty good year for a guy that in spring training wasn't even sure he'd be a setup man or a saver.
Well, not only that, you got Stanton leading it, who didn't know what his job was going to be. Randy Myers, who made the move to Chicago this year, has just done an outstanding job for them, and Brian Harvey with the expansion Marlins. So you got 3 guys that weren't with their ball clubs last year were on the top of the standings.
Base hit for Batiste, and it's a career high. 4 for 4, Kim Batiste, including a home run. And the only thing he lacks from the cycle is a triple. 2 singles, a double, and a home run for Batiste.
I don't think Kim will be that greedy and worry about the fact that he didn't get a triple. I think he's going to be very happy with his 4 for 4 night. Scored a couple runs, drove one in.
And Ben Rivera will try for another sacrifice. It's bobbled by Oliver, but he recovers and gets Rivera. Nice bunt by Ben. And the second time tonight he had sacrificed. He's the league leader in sacrifices now with 8.
Here we see that pitch to Batiste. Ayala with the fastball on the inside part of the plate. Kim with those good quick hands got the barrel of the bat through into the hitting zone on the inside part and rifled it back up the middle. Kim says, I like this stuff about playing. This is pretty good.
Nothing cheap about his hits, too. One of them was an infield single, but they were all hard hit. And now Lenny Dykstra. Lenny 2 out of 4 tonight, single and double, knocked in 1 run. That's a strike. Lenny was giving ground, and considerable ground, but Ayala caught the corner. according to Mark Barron.
I can just hear word going around the league now with Batista 4 for 4. They're going to pick up the paper tomorrow and go, just what those guys needed. Another guy that's hot in the lineup.
Really. Breaking ball for a strike, and Lenny is 0-2.
Colorado Rockies coming in, and they're seeing another hot hitter. They just got to be ecstatic about that.
And the Rockies do not come in with an off day. They're playing the Pirates tonight. They're playing their Colorado Springs farm team tomorrow night. And then they'll come into Veterans Stadium. You know, the Rockies have not had an off day at home this year. Well, that's what happens to expansion teams. There's a lot of things they don't get.
But they're in the big leagues.
After a long wait. Little topper, it's a foul ball. Bullpen action for Cincinnati. They've got a left-hander up down there. That's Kevin Wickander. He's been in a couple of games in this series. Money hangs in there. 1-2. Thinking about the bottom half of the ninth inning, the Reds are going to bat Willie Green, Joe Oliver, and a pinch hitter for Ayala. Bottom third of the batting order. Ball 2, 2-2. Tommy Green just today was named the pitcher of the month in the National League. Ironically, just yesterday he was named pitcher of the week. So a lot of awards coming Tommy's way. He did have an outstanding month. The Astros' Jeff Bagwell was named player of the month in the National League. High, ball 3. Lenny was behind in the count and buried 0-2, and now it's full.
I mentioned Bagwell as player of the month in the National League. Darren Dalton had to be very close behind. The two guys that just had outstanding month of May.
Did you ever see a team get both the player and the pitcher of the month? I can't recall that.
Well, I can't recall that ever happening, that they would, have the award given to two guys on the same ball club.
Ball 4. Dykstra walks. Only the second walk given up by the Reds pitching tonight. Ayala issued them both.
Good at bat by Lenny. As you mentioned, buried 0-2 in the count early. Kept fouling pitches off, kept taking the balls, fouling off the strikes, able to work the walk from Ayala. So now the Phillies have runners at first and second. Mariano Duncan in a position where he can put another run on the board for the Phils.
Duncan 1 for 4 tonight. It was an infield single back in the first inning. Phillies have out hit the Reds 10-7. Bouncing ball hit over the mound. They're not going to get 2 on that. Just 1 and just barely that. Bip Roberts makes the play, and the Phillies move them along second and third, but 2 outs. John Kruk bats second and third, 2 out. If you got Wickander out there, how come he's not in the ball game at this point?
I do not understand. You're not going to save him to turn Hollins around to the right side for sure.
Inside, ball 1 to Kruk. John's batted just once tonight. He came in the game in the 8th inning and grounded out.
After you get by Hollins, it's Incaviglia. You're not saving him for Eisenreich. By then, the damage is already done.
Flare, but it's going to be a foul ball. Hit hard to the Phillies bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike on John Kruk.
These are the kind of situations the relief pitcher starts going through his mind. Well, if he's not going to put me into the game, why does he have me up? And really can do more to destroy your confidence than anything else. It would be better not to even be warmed up in this situation. Wickander is now standing down there figuring, well, why did he even get me up if he doesn't have me in the ball game to pitch to John Kruk?
Yeah.
It's part of the psychological game of working your bullpen.
John takes a strike, 1-2. Strike 3 called. Ayala answers the question. Kruk flings the bat away. He's gone. And you're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. Phillies lead 5-1.
We need to talk. You see, you and I have something in common.
Batman returns.
Batman. To destroy Batman, we must first turn him into what he hates the most. Namely, us.
Batman returns.
It's kid as play. 50% of it is attitude and style.
And play is kid.
If you're gonna be Blade Brown, you gotta know where Blade Brown comes from.
Thought you crawled out from under a rock.
And they're a class act.
Come on, man, that ain't half of what went down. How about giving a brother some credit? Yeah, you heard him. Give him some credit. Oh, very funny. Talk about bringing a brother down.
What's new at Mobile? Let's take a look.
Introducing new Mobile Super Plus detergent gasoline. It still cleans fuel injectors and intake valves.
Now it helps keep the very heart of your engine cleaner. Down here, in the cylinders and pistons.
So come down to the Big Red O and drive your engine clean with new Mobile Super Plus, the detergent gasoline.
Well, Wednesday, June 23rd is our second business person special of the season. It's the second midweek, midday, and a terrific game to make plans to come out for. The day is compliments of Mellon PSFS. Order your tickets and make your excuses now. Call 463-1000 or stop by the Center City ticket office at Mellon PSFS, Broad and Chestnut Streets.
Ninth inning time, and Ben Rivera still on the hill for the Phillies. Mitch Williams gets up in the bullpen just to be ready, but it's the bottom third of the order. He will go against Willie Green, Joe Oliver, and a pinch hitter for Ayala. Phillies holding a 4-run advantage. Ben with a career-high 9 strikeouts tonight. Green has not been among them. He's 0 for 3, but he does have an RBI on a ground out. The only run for the Reds tonight back in the 4th inning. And that tied the game at that point. The Phillies had been leading just 1-0. Green takes low, ball 1. Ben Rivera has pitched 4 Major League complete games. None this year. Time is called. Ben's last complete game came September 26th of last year against the Cardinals. Drive to the right field corner. Fair ball. Willie Green with a home run. And it's 5-2.
Well, a young man, after his first game after being called up to replace the injured Chris Sabo, has driven in both runs for the Cincinnati Reds this evening. Jim Fregosi on his way out to the mound now.
That was Green's 3rd Major League home run. We mentioned that Mitch is up and Mitch is coming in. So Ben doesn't get the CG tonight, but the Phillies are still very hopeful he'll get the win as they lead by 3 runs. Mitch was outstanding here tonight, or last night, I should say. Mitch just blew him away in the 9th inning last night. A 1-2-3 inning for Mitch. He struck out 2 of the 3 batters. Congratulations all the way around for Ben, and we're going to take a look at Willie Green's blow once more.
Well, behind 2 balls and no strikes. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, belt high. Green shows good bat speed, able to get the bat out in front of that ball. Tucks it just inside the fence in right field, just inside that fair pole or fair net.
Pitching change for the Phillies. We'll be right back.
Any professional painter will tell you that if you want results like these, you gotta know the tricks of the trade. You got to ask Sherwin-Williams. Now, these are guys you can trust. They've got good paint, good price, good advice. Guaranteed. Want to know something? I didn't paint this house. The guy that lives there did. Hey, fella, nice job. This guy knows what the pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
You sure you want a Coke?
Yeah, I want a Coke.
Okay, pal.
What? You order a Coke? It tastes good.
Didn't care if it was a Coke. You just want a
I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola.
Need a drink, sir?
I'll just have a...
You'll just have a...
I'll just have a Coke.
Ooh.
You're the guy's a Coca-Cola. See you, pal. Oh.
Hey, Tommy, you've won the World Championship. What's next?
We're all gonna go to Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom. Listen, Kurt, only Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom has the top seasonal water park in the country. No one else even comes close. And they have 3 world-class roller coasters and lots more. Take the day off, Kurt, and do Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom.
Money-saving coupons available at participating Pizza Hut restaurants.
Mitch Williams on. He has 15 saves, one of which came last night. Here's a fly ball center. That should be caught for one of the outs. Dykstra over, and 1 down in the 9th inning. Phillies up 5-2. The home run by Green, by the way, makes this a save situation. Until that home run, it was not a save situation. That's another reason why Mitch is in the ballgame now. Juan Samuel will be a pinch hitter for Ayala. Mitch 1 and 2, 3.72 earned run average in 20 appearances. And now the ex-Phil Samuel batting only 195. But Samuel has 5 hits in his last 12 at-bats. Swing and a miss. Mitch had a 1-2-3 inning last night.
You mentioned Sammy only hitting 195 for the season. He is 3 for 9 in pinch hitting assignments. So doing much better off the bench than when he's in the lineup.
Pop-up should be the second out, middle of the infield. Duncan wants it. 2 outs. Samuel pops to Duncan. Mitch Williams has gone 1-2-3 in an inning only 6 times all year, one of which was last night. When he got the save last night, it was his first since May 16th. Now he bids for him 2 nights in a row. That's the way it goes, though. You get him in bunches, and then you don't get him for a while.
Sometimes you run hot, sometimes you run cold.
Biff Roberts at the plate, 1 for 4. It's a strike.
Nice job by Big Ben Rivera tonight. We talked about him needing to get off the snide. I think tonight could have been the night.
Roberts expands the strike zone, as you like to say, Teak.
Well, Mitch gave him the opportunity, and Biff jumped all over it.
Opportunity, huh? 0-2 on Biff. In the air, might be caught. Play down the right field line. Can't get it. No play. That was a tough one. Too close to the fence and all 3 fielders converging.
A lot of obstacles down there. Mariano Duncan has a long way to go to get there. John Kruk, of course, that ball straight over his head and a long way for him to go. And Jim Eisenreich, who probably had the best shot, had the problem with the mound. He has to get up and over the mound before he can get in position to try to make the play and then worry about whether Duncan's going to be there or not. So a very small area. 3 people converge on it, but the ball's able to find its way to the ground in there.
0-2 pitch. Oh, Pratt holds it but doesn't get it. Jacob Brumfield is in the on-deck circle of bat for Branson should it stay alive. There's Brumfield. 1-2. Fly ball, foul out of play. Eisenreich coming in there reminded me of you talking about that terrace out there at Crosley Field. It was the same situation, wasn't it?
At least that terrace went all the way across the field. It wasn't just a small area that you get trapped in. You can see outfielders take some pretty nasty falls on those bullpen mounds, especially in a stadium like this where it's that close to the field.
Just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Roberts.